How's it going, guys? And welcome back to yet another episode of Couch Coach Sports. I'm your boy Bjorn, and as always, joining me is Dean. Dean, how's it going, brother?
Always good, man. G. Always good to see you, brother. Always good to chat some ball, bro.
Especially after the bumper-packed weekend we had this past weekend. New Zealand back in the mix as title contenders. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure, bro. You know, I think they started slow obviously after that game against us and they lost against France. But bro, that performance, 96 points against Italy, against Italy. 96 points, bro. 96 points against it's a tier 1 nation, Italy, bro.
Yeah, they're tier 1 nation.
Yeah.
It's a huge win for the All Blacks. Many people actually were backing Italy to do a bit of an upset. So
Yeah.
for the All Blacks to almost get 100 points against, like you say, a tier 1 nation is actually an excellent performance for a team that you actually can't ever rule out of the World Cup.
Oh no, never, bro, never. Okay, yeah, the Italians were poor, bro. They were absolutely horrendous. But still, bro, to put them away like that.
Defending.
Exactly, and that's the last team in the world you want to defend bad against. But at times, like the Kieran Crowley, Italian coach, said, it was literally a glorified training session for the All Blacks.
The All Blacks came out of the gate so quickly. I mean, I think they scored 5 tries in about 20 minutes. So they laid down an early marker in this game. I mean, they showed some clear intent that they wanted to put up a big score and get some momentum going into the knockout stages. You expect them now to probably finish second in the group, but still, that will get them now into the knockout stages.
Yeah, for sure. Against Ireland, bro. You see them in this form. Do you reckon they could beat the Irish, huh?
I think so. I think we've seen quite a few classics between these two sides over the past decade. So it will obviously be a humdinger of an encounter, but I could actually see, New Zealand obviously can. They've got that scary, dangerous backline that they always do. And the Irish, even though they're a strong side and they beat the Springboks, they don't have the forward pack that the Springboks do. So they won't be able to match that physicality that the Springboks can, on New Zealand, where they can overpower them in many situations. But, Ireland, New Zealand quarterfinals, a tasty one.
The thing about Ireland, bro, you see, the moment we put pressure on their set piece, bro, you see how ineffective they become. Because let's just call a spade. We should have won the game, right?
Definitely.
Goal kicking put aside, we won the game, right? And how we did that, I think the first 4 lineouts we stole of theirs, bro. Putting the set piece under pressure, then they don't look that good, bro. They look good, but I mean they look vulnerable as fuck, bro. Now you think you a New Zealand team, Sam Whitelock, the most experienced All Black ever, probably Scott Barrett is pretty good in a line out, and technically, bro, they come prepared and that type of thing to disrupt the set piece. Now if Ireland's set piece is disrupted and New Zealand are firing, how do Ireland beat them?
No, that's a very good point. And like you say, that the forward pack of the All Blacks could do some real damage with that experience they have and the velocity, the ferociousness also that they have. Who do you think's got the better loose trio? The All Blacks or the Irish?
Bro, they're so close. They're very similar. It's like styles, bro. But I reckon I'd go with the All Blacks if they don't choose Sam Cane, bro. I don't nothing against Sam Cane, but at the moment I think with injuries and things, his form isn't looking that great. And Ardy at 8 with Papali. And who played 7 for them last game?
Look for you.
Shannon Papali and Shannon Frizzell. Yes, bro.
I think it was Frizzell.
They're all 3 fast. They're all 3 strong, big carriers, big defenders. Bro, if they're going forward, they're always going to be dangerous, bro. And the thing is, like I said, you see the impact of Jordie Barrett at 12. It just brings another dynamic to the game. Speed, power, skills. I don't see Ireland at the moment on their level. It's so close, but when we look at how they played against Italy, bro, they are just back at that All Blacks. They've got that All Blacks aura back.
I agree with you. About the performance against Italy, and obviously they're putting the All Blacks back in the title contender zone. But I think you're a bit disrespectful on the Irish. if you consider that the French were able to nullify the All Blacks in the first round. We saw that in the first game of the tournament. Why do you not think a team that's on a 16-game winning streak and possibly beating the Springboks? How do you not see them possibly actually beating the All Blacks? How do you think the All Blacks are favourites in that one?
It's just the vulnerability of the Irish against the Springboks, bro, in terms of their set piece and the way they played. We know we've grown accustomed to the rivalry between the All Blacks and the Springboks, and we know what they do on their day. You know, when they arrive, bro, when our set piece isn't working against them and we're not moving forward, you know how we struggle against them. And if the Irish are put in that situation, you said yourself now, 16 wins on the trot. When they put under that pressure, they look a bit vulnerable, bro. Now with the South African game, it's almost as if like they've shown their cards, but New Zealand haven't shown their cards. It's kind of they're going into the situation in that game in that situation.
No, I see what you're saying. But during our prediction video, did you have South Africa and New Zealand in the final?
I did, and I think I'm probably being biased towards that.
No. I think it's a logical thing. I think that you've actually that shows that you've actually had this. You've been having this thinking before the tournament actually kicked off. With a lot of people, throwing the All Blacks kind of to the wayside, especially after their performances against South Africa and the French. I think a lot of people actually thought so that. And that's why I think a lot of people actually back Italy against New Zealand as well, because I don't think people are rating the All Blacks at the moment.
Exactly that. Like, in what world do you ever rate Italy can beat New Zealand? You know what I mean? They must be in a dark place if that's what people are saying. But I'm glad that they showed what they're made of, bruh. It's the in terms of rugby entertainment. Yeah, okay, the Irish have a cool story and everything, but a final New Zealand South Africa, it's rugby history, bro. It's such a momentous occasion, and I think it's such a way to show the game to the world that's not exposed to the world. These are the two best. These are historically the two best. Let them have it for number 4.
Yeah, like you say, both will be going for that 4th title. Also, we haven't seen this since '95, and what a final that was. Some people also vote that final is probably the best of all time.
Yeah.
Impactful final as well. So I don't actually see the All Blacks beating the European sides in the knockout stages, but because of the history between the South Africans and the All Blacks, we've seen New Zealand beat South Africa before in 2003 in the quarterfinals. I think if it's a South Africa-New Zealand quarterfinal, actually, I back the All Blacks to beat South Africa at this point.
Bro, it's honestly, like, as a Springbok fan, it's the game that I don't want for the quarterfinals, bro. It's like they're so dangerous, especially towards us, bro. They're like they gear themselves up a bit more for that game, like we do for them. We gear ourselves up for that game. And obviously, any Rugby World Cup quarterfinal, everyone's going to be playing their best games. But there's something about it that makes me think, like, if you look at if New Zealand team plays their absolute best game on the day, and the Springboks play their best game on that day, it's so slightly in New Zealand's favour, bro. If you look at the stars in the back line, I think so. Yeah, I just think because first of all, they're goal kicking. The dynamic individuals that can just that are all over the field. Whereas with us, bro, Malcolm Marx is injured. Our lineouts are looking a bit under pressure. Our goal kicking is under pressure, and they don't look like they have the problems we have. They're kind of more of a looking for form kind of thing. And if they found it, where are the gaps in their team?
So you think there's actually something to what Stephen Donald said about South Africa losing on purpose to Ireland and not wanting to face the All Blacks in the quarters?
Fuck that dude, bro. We don't throw games. We don't throw games,
obviously. We would honestly throw a game in our pool, because you know what's going on in our pool. There's still a possibility now for us to get kicked out. So why would we throw this game? Because we don't want to play a team we beat 32-7 prior to the World Cup. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking crazy.
Cock story, bro. I think he said it a bit tongue in cheek, bro. But it's You know,
You
the
know
media
New
can
Zealand,
spin
the
his
All Blacks
words.
like to rile South Africans up and like to play the mind
Exactly.
games early on with us because they know, like you even said earlier, historically, traditionally, we're the top 2 rugby nations of all time.
Exactly.
And like a phoenix from the ashes, the All Blacks have risen again. Always nice seeing you, Dean. Good having a chat with you, my brother. I hope you enjoy the rest of the games this week. Please, everyone, like, share, subscribe, all those good things. You'll find it down in the... And please leave your comments down in the comment section below. We can't wait to hear from you all. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.